What's up, guys? It's Lee and Sam here from Ugly Sofa Gaming. Today is episode 10. I'm pretty confident this time. Episode 10 of Tutorials Played Badly. You're looking at me like I'm not right.
I don't know. I've lost count.
Today's tutorial, Played Badly, is character art. With a little bit of love, the blank puppet can become a character of your very own. Find out how to change the pose and look of a puppet and add some accessories. If this is the first time you're watching Tutorials Played Badly, me and Sam are not experts on the creation mode. Far from it, we are just learning. That is the point of these things. I've played the tutorial myself a long time ago when Early Access came out. Sam has not played them ever because she doesn't like instructions. She doesn't like being told what to do. Trust me, I'm married to her. But we're going to make her play the tutorials today.
Let's do it. Deluxe puppet. That sounds nice.
Connie's hosting a talent contest to find the best characters in the Dreamiverse.
Boo. Quite right.
But she's a no-nonsense judge, and none of these candidates are up to scratch.
Bit harsh.
Of course, Cuthbert's no use, so let's see if we can come up with something to impress her. Head into the dressing room.
Why does she hate so much?
Edit mode to get
She's a
started.
freaking cone with arms and legs.
Already in edit mode, aren't we?
No. The cutscene.
We are already in edit mode.
In this
We start in edit
tutorial,
mode.
We'll be
No.
customizing the appearance of a puppet. So we'll need a blank canvas to start.
Ooh.
Yeah, Connie sew up herself.
Go to the assembly menu and open the gadgets menu.
Acting like she's better than everyone else.
Yeah.
Literally judging them.
She's just a cone.
In here, find the blank puppet deluxe.
Which menu?
The deluxe
I wasn't
version is the
listening.
perfect
Guessing
starting
gameplay.
point for making
Left.
characters.
Right? Right?
Select it with X,
Right.
and a blue mannequin will appear on your imp.
Press X.
It has built-in
Blank
features
Puppet Deluxe.
like jump and possession animations, which the basic version doesn't have. Connie won't be impressed by a basic puppet, so make sure you select the right one. Stamp the deluxe puppet in the scene with R2 or X. Get its feet roughly on the floor, but make sure they aren't intersecting with it. Then press the circle button to unequip the puppet from your imp. If you need
Right.
to, you can grab and adjust the puppet with R2. In the next step, we'll start exploring the puppet's inner workings.
Next step.
The puppet might look simple, but it's quite a complex gadget. So let's get to know it a little better. It's made up of many objects that have been grouped together. And just like any other group, it can be scoped into. Hover over the puppet with your imp, press and hold L1, and then press X to scope in.
You're tweaking it.
Below the
I am
puppet,
tweaking.
you will now see its base and its logic microchip.
Ooh.
If they're obscured by the floor, you may need to scope out and adjust your puppet's position. The puppet's body is made of sculptures, joined together with connectors. When scoped in, we can grab parts of the puppet to change its pose. Before we do that, find the button called Puppet Mirror in the context menu. Select this button with X, and your puppet will stay symmetrical when you pose it. Of course, you don't have to make it symmetrical, but it's a good way to start. You can always add nuance later. When you move a part of the puppet, all the parts connected to it will also move.
Amazing.
The root of the puppet is the pelvis, and every other part is connected in a hierarchy from there. For example, moving the upper arm will move the lower arm.
Oh, that's not
and
right.
the
Your
hand
neck
as
should
well.
move that way.
Made a weird
But if
spider
you move
monster.
the pelvis, the whole puppet will move. Its feet will try to
I don't
stay
know
in
what I've done with
contact
his
with the
legs.
floor. So
I've
if you
switched
lower the
them?
pelvis, the puppet's knees will bend.
Made him
You can
reverse.
also rotate parts by grabbing them with L2. Use R2
Oh
and
my
L2
god.
to create a new
This is some weird contortion.
Changing the pose can be a great starting point for a character. The pose could be confident, sad, scared,
I need to undo everything I just
or
did.
aggressive.
Oh gosh.
Don't forget, you can undo any changes with the left directional button if you make a
Thank
mistake.
God.
Use the grab cam to adjust your pose from different angles.
Give him a bit of a jaunt. Give him a kind of a
Just
cocky
hold
leg
R1
spread
over
thing.
the puppet to activate
Leg
it.
spread thing.
When you've finished
Feet.
posing your puppet,
Oh.
move on to the next step.
No, the other
Oh,
way.
he's so happy. Look.
Uncross his legs. So he's got a bit of a gait. Bit more. Bit more.
Bit more.
Move him out. Move him out. Bit more. That's better.
There you go.
Now he's
How
like
aggressive.
he's got a pair, you know? Got a pair of something.
Can I cross his arms? Bring his arms out and then take him up to his.
Got rid of his gait. Wait, rewind. There you go.
I wanna. Oh. Perhaps I shouldn't be doing it by his wrist. So that can go out and then that can go in. No, I can't move.
I mean, are you moving it or rotating? So remember, you can rotate as well.
How do I rotate?
So instead of pressing whatever you're pressing, press L2 instead.
So L2. Oh, this is awkward.
I like that. It's like a praying mantis kung fu. I wouldn't mess with that guy.
I want him to cross his arms.
To be fair, you can't cross your arms symmetrically. So it might be better to turn off mirror mode, maybe.
But you'd think you'd be able to like over floop them and then figure it out from there.
Maybe try the upper arm. Don't do that.
How does one cross one's arms these days?
Grab the hand.
Grab the hand.
Bring it forward.
Bring it forward. I need it to go over there.
Okay, you're almost there.
If I do that, and then I turn off the mirror,
And just tweak it a bit.
one is above the other. Okay, if we have it sort of there. He's going to tell me just to rewind all this anyway.
You don't know that. You don't know Clive.
Clive's wacky, he's always telling me his stuff. He's like, do this. Oh, actually, don't. Oh, this is awkward. Oh, okay. He wants his hand close to his chest, but he needs his arm. Can I rotate this? Would that help?
Nothing else. This gives you an idea of how hard it is for the animators on Dreams. So you make these long cutscenes and stuff. Having to like pose all these guys.
Oh gosh. He's cutting through himself.
See, I tried to animate a puppet once to walk with its hands like crossed behind his back. Struggle, literally hours. Oh, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, and you just need to like position his like elbow. And then this one needs to come just a little angled. Broke his wrist. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. Back where it was, please. That was not right. It just needs to come in a little bit, like just a little bit. Just probably messed it up somewhere else. Probably wasn't supposed to spend this long playing with the guy's arms.
If you got an idea, you got an idea. There you go. You crossed him.
Yeah, but he's insecting. You know what? I'm gonna leave that be.
That's fine.
Okay.
Now we've posed our puppet, we can start adjusting its proportions.
Hold on, it's like this.
To do that,
Yeah.
we're going to use the stretch tool. Go to the assembly menu, then open the tools menu. Select the stretch tool. It's the one that looks like a double-ended arrow.
Close the menu.
The stretch tool works like the move tool in a lot of ways. But with the stretch tool, you can move parts of the puppet beyond the limits of the connectors. Try grabbing and moving the puppet's head.
Why would I want to
Notice the
stretch
way
his
the
head?
neck elongates and shortens. Now
Notice
try
how
it
he
on the
becomes
hand.
a monster.
This changes the length of the upper and lower arm. Some body parts respond differently to the stretch tool.
Probably have
For
mirror
instance,
on so that
if you move
if I
the upper
make one
arms,
arm longer than the
shoulders
other
will
one
broaden and the
matches.
chest
Yeah.
will expand.
Oh jeez.
You can also scale parts of the puppet using the up and down directional buttons.
Undo, undo.
I'd only recommend doing this to the puppet's extremities though, the head, hands and feet.
Head, hands, and
Puppets
feet.
are delicate contraptions, and extreme scaling and stretching can make them behave unexpectedly. But if anything does go skew with, just undo it using the left directional button. If you know how to use sculpt mode, you could try scoping into the individual body parts to change their shape. You can find a whole tutorial on sculpting in the art tutorials. Have a play around with stretching and scaling and see
Doesn't
what
mean
you
I know
can
how to
create.
do it just because I played a tutorial, man.
Try making the puppet more cartoony or turn it into a monster. Test out your puppet in play mode to see it in motion.
Not scoped into it, am I?
No. Let's scope in.
When
Now
you're
I'm
done,
scoping into the
return
individual
to edit
pieces.
mode.
Do I want to do that?
Yeah, because it's made up of individual pieces.
Rewind time with L3
I can,
to
like,
get your puppet back in position. In the
Upside down
next
his
step,
head.
I'll show you
wouldn't
how
do
to
that.
colour and stylize
No.
your puppet.
No, I'm gonna back out of the sculpting mode because this is not for me.
Let's move on.
Another way of customizing your puppet's appearance is by changing its colour. We can do this by tinting it in coat mode. If you've played my tutorial on coat, style and effects, you'll already know how to do this. In the assembly menu,
But
go to the modes menu and enter coat mode. In the coat mode menu, open the colors menu and select a color for your puppet. Now hover over your puppet and hold R2 to tint it with your selected
Liam gets really
colour.
excited coating things.
Let me see. Coat his belly.
The longer you hold R2, the stronger the tint will become.
Oh.
If you want your
Oh
puppet
my
to be
God.
multicolored,
He loves it.
simply scope into the puppet. Select a different color from the colors menu.
You're giving him a shirt.
Hover your imp over a part of the puppet you want to tint. How about the head? Now, when you press and hold R2, just that part of the puppet will be tinted. You can also
Pair of black
use the tools in
trousers.
style mode and effects mode. Try using style mode to change the texture of your
A
puppet.
nice beige.
If you don't know how to use style mode, there's an
Bit
art
less weird than
tutorial
blue,
which
isn't it?
can help you. In the next step, we'll dive into the dressing up box.
I don't think his t-shirt is dramatic enough.
Make it like an orange or something, or a yellow.
Yeah, it's just a bit more different to his skin, so he doesn't look naked. He doesn't look like a dude bro walking around with his shirt off.
He looks like he's got sunburn, doesn't he? Okay, go with a darker red. What colour should his shoes be?
Trousers are black. Give him black shoes. Give him yellow shoes. Maybe he's a bit outgoing. Maybe he's wacky.
How do we change the yellow? I don't like that yellow. Is it square? I don't know. There's like a secret menu.
So secret. It's right there.
Ah, there it is.
So secret, hidden all over there on the left.
I don't know what I did to his feet. Oh, I'm subtracting. No, I'm not. Am I not touching it? What's happening?
I think you might be subtracting colour, maybe.
No, because the imp is green. Look, so that would be subtracted.
Okay, fair enough.
Um,
Something's not right.
yeah, something happened. Tools. Tint? Are we supposed to be on tint?
We're on coat. No, it was a coat mode.
We're in coat mode. I think we're supposed to be tinting with the airbrush. Various finishes, which I don't know. We don't really need at the moment because we're just sticking a boot. There we go. It's going for it. That's something though. I mean, how do you know you've got that exactly the same colour as that if you're just judging it by like eye with and like how long you hold the button in for? It's kind of tricky.
Yeah, I guess, but if it looks about the same, it looks about the same, you know?
Suppose, yeah.
Plus, maybe
One
you
of
could
the
have activated
simplest
mirror
ways
mode,
to
maybe?
customize a puppet is by adding
Maybe.
accessories.
I think it was on
To
actually.
make sure they move
Yeah.
with the puppet,
Hmm.
we need to group them with a body part. Before we do that, it's important to fully understand the concept of scoping in and out of groups and objects. If you've played part 4 of the Start Dreaming tutorials, then you'll already know a thing or two about using groups. Objects in Dreams are often combined into groups, which can be treated like a single object in assembly mode. Groups themselves can also be grouped. This means that you can have groups nested inside other groups. Let's try scoping in and out of something else before we invade the puppet's personal space. Over there on the floor is a hat box. Make sure you're in edit mode. Now try taking the lid off the hat box. The whole box will move because the lid, the box, and its contents have been grouped. Undo the move with the left directional button to put it back in its place. Now scope into the group. Hover over the hat box, press and hold L1, and press X. Everything but the box should go grey and blurry. If not, make sure your visual feedback preference is set to all. This shows that you've scoped into the group and
No
can
bottom
edit
on this
its
box.
contents.
Oh wait.
Now you should be
Just
able
white.
to take the lid off the hat box. Inside is another hat box. Try taking the lid off this one. I think you can guess what will happen.
Can't do it.
This smaller hat box
How would I have
is
guessed
also
that?
grouped with its lid and
Because there's
contents.
groups in groups in groups.
Remove
Oh,
the
I
smaller
see.
box and place it next to the large one.
I don't know what just happened.
Now scope into this group by holding L1 and pressing X over the smaller hat box.
It's all coming apart.
Ah.
The original hat
I
box
went into
will go
sculpt
grey
mode
and
somehow.
blurry as we've scoped into a subgroup. Now you should be able to open the smaller hat box. What's inside? A lovely hat.
Wait, what?
Take it out and place it next to the smaller box. When you've
I don't know
done
what I
that,
did.
proceed to the next step.
You somehow made a third hat box.
Now that we've taken the hat out of the box, let's try putting it on our puppet. First, we need to scope out of this group. To do
Scope
that,
out.
simply hold L1 and press circle. That takes us back into the large hat box group. Now scope out again into the main scene by holding L1 and pressing circle. Pick up the hat.
Oh no.
Ah, we seem to have a bit of a problem here.
Ghosts.
The hat is still inside the nested groups, even though it's outside the hat box. When you scope in and out, only you and your imp are moving in and out of objects or groups. Unless you're carrying something with you. Scope into the large hat box group, and then into the smaller hat box group to get the hat. Now grab and hold the hat with R2, and scope out of both groups with L1 and circle while holding the hat. If you've done it correctly, you should be back in the main scene. With
Taking the hat out of that
now
group.
move independently of the boxes. That's because scoping in and out of a group whilst holding an object adds or removes it from that group. Hurrah! Now we can put it on the puppet. Grab the hat, hover over the puppet, then hold L1 and press X to scope into the puppet with the hat.
L1 and
Now
X.
scope into the puppet's head while still holding the hat. This is a
grab the
shortcut
hat.
for grouping two objects if you're already grabbing one of them. Simply grab an object and scope into another object to group them automatically without having to select them.
No, I
The
pulled it
same
off.
way that scoping into a group while holding an object adds it to the group. Now that it's in a group with the head, place the hat where you want it. Remember to check it from different angles using the grab cam to
think
make
the hat's a
sure
little
it's in
off-centre.
position.
It is wonk. There's a nudge,
Press
isn't there?
R2 softly
Yeah,
to
you just
nudge if you
lightly
need to make fine adjustments to the
hold the
position
move
of the
button.
hat.
There you go. Well remembered. Well remembered the
Move
nudge
on.
function.
You should try out the puppet to see it walk around with its new accessory. Switch to play
Play mode.
Possess it with R2 and take it
Oh,
for
his
a
feet do
wander.
not alright.
No.
Nice.
His toes are like.
When you're
Bonk.
ready to continue,
Walk
go
around?
back to edit
Oh,
mode.
his hat bobs along behind him. What's with that?
Going to
When
play
I made a
mode and back to
character-
edit mode will scope you out of any groups.
When I made a character who did this, I
Remember
couldn't
to
work it out.
rewind time with L3 to get your puppet back in position. Then go to the next step.
His didn't do that, did it?
I don't think so now.
Look, I can move, like, this is motion control, so I'm moving the controller backwards and forwards, and it's just, the hat's just hovering above his head.
Yeah, something's not quite right.
Maybe I need to snap to it or something?
Maybe.
So, what was the surface snap button?
That was L1.
Oh, so this It's all one group now. So it's like you can grab him by the hat, but it isn't actually attached.
So grab scoping on the hat.
So L1 and X.
Yeah. Now,
That's like the whole puppet because it's all grouped.
now scoping in the hat. Now grab the hat with the move tool.
Oh, there's too many pieces. It's like wants
Oh
me
my
to grab
God.
parts of the hat.
This is where I started to get confused
So
now.
I'm going to scope out of that. I'm scoped in on the puppet, but
So remove it from the group. So hold L1 and circle while you're moving it. That's its own thing now.
yeah.
Can we try surface snapping it?
But I need to snap it into the group.
We can manually add it to the group though.
Okay, so surface snap was
L1, but it doesn't seem to be offering you that choice.
no. So I add it to the group and then L1? No. How odd.
Up a little bit.
So I'm not really sure what to do here.
Try playing it now, because you've fiddled with it a bit.
I've just moved it slightly. No, it's already like...
It's not quite right, is it? Okay, if there are any experts watching, let us know in the comments. We'll go on with the tutorial because you might elaborate a bit more. But if you spotted something we've done wrong, let us know.
Some more accessories before our puppet's stage debut. Open the assembly menu and select Search, the button with the magnifying glass, to search for an element.
Oh wow.
Usually,
There's a lot of
you'd
stuff
be in
they've
the
given us.
Dreamiverse here, but
A
for
lot
this
of squiggles.
tutorial, I've kept things simple and curated a collection of elements for you to use. Take a look at some of the accessories in the collection.
What do you think?
Select one you like with X.
It's up to you. I already made my guy. I made a policeman.
You'll now have your chosen accessory on your imp. Don't stamp it down yet though. First we need to scope into the puppet. You can do this even when you have an element from the Dreamiverse on your imp. Scope in with L1 and X, and then scope into the body part that you want to attach it to. If that body part is already in its own group, you'll enter that group. But if the body part is just a sculpture, then you'll create a new
Maybe
group when you
we've
select
attached it to the
object
body,
down.
but we didn't scope in again to the head.
Once the
Yeah,
accessory
maybe.
is in the
Okay.
group, you can adjust the accessory while you're there.
I don't really want it anyway.
What, the hat?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Try adding some more accessories from the collection.
So if we try and put this helmet on him instead, so let go of that. Let's delete the hat. You're going to need to scope out.
So delete the hat.
Then it's important to test the puppet
But grab
in play
it.
mode
Grab.
to check
Oh,
that the
that's
accessory
attached to the
is
head.
attached
That
correctly.
makes sense. So.
Here's another
While
very
away.
important tip.
So I need to.
No,
If
you
ever
want
want to remove
Scope
an
it into
accessory,
the head.
remove it from the
whatever
group
you
first.
do, don't
But it's
ungroup the
attached
body
to-
part.
Scoped into the head
If
now.
you do that,
Okay.
you'll delete that group's connection to the puppet.
Is there a hole? Can I
Without
put
the
it actually
connector,
on its
your
head?
puppet's
Yeah, just
imp
shove
will
it on.
start falling off when you go into play mode.
You don't have to actually get it in the
Nobody
hole.
wants
Just
that.
pop it on his head. Needs to be a bit smaller to fit.
Instead,
Yeah.
scope into the group containing the body part and the accessory. Then either delete the accessory or grab it and scope out. If there's only one object left in the group, it'll automatically
Okay, let's
ungroup,
try that. Let's try
and
playing.
the connector will remain safely
Play.
connected to the remaining object.
Oh,
That's better.
Play
yay!
around with the things you've learned in this tutorial and have fun making a character. When you're
Okay.
happy,
I think
select
you
the
need some
star
eyes.
podium from the tutorial collection and stamp it down in the outline that we've put in the scene for you. Then head back into play mode, jump onto the podium and see what Connie thinks of your creation.
Eyeballs.
So you just want to scope it on the head, do you?
I think I am.
Ah, now he's looking good.
Oh, can I like just clone that and like? No, let's just place the other one. I'm sure there's a way you can like mirror his face or something.
Yeah, I think I did that in the masterclass. Again, a long time ago.
This is hideous.
It's not bad. It's pretty good. He's a bit eccentric. Looks a little bit like Roger from American Dad.
American Dad? Did you watch that?
Sure, a long time ago.
Weird.
Didn't everybody?
No. Mechanical eye, hair. Okay, I'm gonna call it a day because I'm about to have a coughing fit. Okay, this is what he's gonna look like.
You need to stamp down a podium.
Stamp down a podium.
Mm-hmm.
The podium
should be in the treats.
Ah, there it is.
So we've made a lazy spaceman.
But I'm not seeing this.
You're...
Oh, it's like a mile away from my imp.
You're also still scoped in, by the way.
Oh, that doesn't help.
I would cancel.
Cancel everything. Out.
Use the grab can.
Which is R1 or 2?
R1.
R1. No. R1.
That's not the grab can. Press circle.
Circle. Oh, I don't know. I'm moving slowly anyway. I'll get there eventually. Okay. What do I need? What do I need? Square. Search. Podium. Poop.
Play mode. So yeah, he's showing up to work. He's not even brought his full spaceman costume. He's wearing a t-shirt. He's just not motivated.
He's got a stance like he's kind of arrogant on his legs, but he's kind of nervous on his top.
He didn't want to become a snowman. That was the problem.
A snowman?
He wanted to be a snowman. He didn't want to be a spaceman. His parents pressured him into it. He's fed up.
Really? That you like? Weird tastes.
Nice. Thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. We are Ugly Surfer Gaming and we upload new videos Monday to Friday from Dreams Early Access. If you like our content, please hit the subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment, share the video on your favourite corner of the internet. Any one of those things really helps us out. Thank you very much.